Hi, and welcome to our Zoom call on how we can have less stress and more bliss in our lives. We are inundated with stress more and more, it seems, and Gail and I are hosting this to let you know how some Sunrider products can help, as well as other things in life, making lifestyle changes. But for us, the stress reduction helped by Sunrider. For me, the Beauty Pearl and the ESE are the two products I'm going to talk about today. And Gail is going to talk about Night Calli. But first, I'd like Gail to introduce herself and just let us know how she found Sunrider originally and some benefits that she got originally.
Okay, thanks, Diana, for inviting me. I've been a Sunrider for 26 years, and I started eating the foods, and I just found amazing results. I always had low energy. I was always tired. I'd have to be in bed by 9, or I'd be toast next
Yes.
day. And after starting Sunrider, I felt more alive, um, more energy, and I just felt so much better about myself. And I I didn't really know how to share these foods, but one of my friends met me for lunch, and she looked at my face and she says, "What are you doing?" So my head just dropped. I mean, what do you mean? What am I doing? And I just said, "I'm eating these Chinese food." She says, "Well, I like Chinese food too." And she says, "Whatever you're doing, I want to do too." So that all started like that, and I started sharing the best kept secret, and I wanted everybody to feel like I felt, and I just haven't stopped since. And I just love all of the Sunrider products, the skincare and the cleaning products and the foods and the teas, and there's nothing like Sunrider.
That's awesome. And you look so good. You
Oh, thank you.
26 years you've been using the
Ja-
products.
January of 1994.
Oh my goodness. This is
Yeah,
like celebration of your
yeah,
26
anniversary.
years. That's fantastic, Gail. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that you could be on here with me and celebrate. Yes, mine was November 1996, so I'm 23 years a Sunrider. And for me, the original products that got my interest from Trudy when she shared with me was the New Plus, which I woke up the next day and I didn't have achy hips, and I was 49 at the time, so I was waking up with achy hips and aches in my knees and stuff. And it actually one package of New Plus made that difference for me, but that's unusual. But there's anti-inflammatory qualities to the herbs that are in the New Plus, so that was one of my original benefits. And then by the third month of using the products, I started on the Beauty Pearl. And the Sunrider Beauty Pearl is still my favorite product. Um, I could, you know, I could go without some of the others, but I can't go without Sunrider Beauty Pearl. And so I guess that's what I'll talk about first. They look like a little pearl. And what happened for me is that my son was 8 at the time, and after me using these for 2 weeks, he said to me, "Mom, you don't have flames coming out of your head anymore." So I had calmed down. Let me see. I have to. Anybody that comes on, I'm going to, uh, if they could, yeah, mute themselves. That's fine. Um, Great. So I started on Beauty Pearl, and let me just tell you a couple of the qualities of the Beauty Pearl. It nourishes your hormonal system. So if you are going through menopause, going through PMS, anything like that, you will find that the beauty pearl has qualities that will help you to, just a sec, I had my page here somewhere, that will help you to relax and feel less stressed. And when I started on them, I just took one a day. Now, something happened recently that had me taking 3 beauty pearl a day. This was on Tuesday, and my sons live in the Cayman Islands, and there was a hurricane that came through, an earthquake came through on Tuesday of this week. This is Thursday, January 30th, 2020. And on Tuesday, the earthquake happened between Jamaica and Cuba. And I spoke to my sons a couple hours later, but it was so stressful for me. Also, I'm going to visit them in 10 days. So I was taking 3 beauty pearls, each, 3 beauty pearl right away. Then I took 2 ESE every hour or so after that. Now, somebody, could you please, I'm just muting people because they are, their phones are appearing on my screen. Okay, so Gail, can you tell us about the Sunrider Calli Night, please?
Okay, well, this is a package of Calli Night. It's a blue package, and it comes in a 10-pack or a 60-pack. And Calli Night was created to help us relax and get the most from our sleeping and resting hours. It combines the best of the Calli base with soothing ingredients designed to help relax the mind and calm the spirit, allowing the body to rest. And it's the synergy that is created with the Calli Night. And there's a lot of different herbs in the Calli Night, but 2 of the ones that it struck me was I may be pronouncing it right, jubi seed. It's nourishing to the heart and liver and calming to the nerves, therefore useful for insomnia, irritability, anxiety, and stress. And another one is rosehip, which is high in vitamin C content, and it's good for stress of all kinds, and it's an infection fighter. So Calli Night is really essential, and it's not just for, drinking in the evening. You can drink it throughout the day also. And I find with Calli Night, you shouldn't dilute it too much. Maybe one bag to 1 or 2 cups of hot water. And it's more of a nourishing Calli Night. And it just helps you deal with stress and anxiety, just like it said, rest your spirit. So,
Thanks.
That's Calli Night.
Thank you, Gail. And this is the box. Just a sec. Whoa, there you go. Yeah, this is the Calli Night box. And I don't use it that much, but I think I've noticed a difference when I do. I seem to sleep more soundly when I've had it at night. And that's a really good point about making it to 1 or 2 cups of water, because I'm so used to making it in 3 or 4 or 8 cups of water when I make my other Calli. And I think, that's a really good point, that the value comes when you use it in 1 or 2 cups, because it needs to be really concentrated. Yeah, that's great. And now I found my beauty pearl sheet of paper here, because I'd highlighted a few things that I wanted to read. So it contains Korean ginseng, which benefits the nervous system and helps to balance the function of the hormone secretion, especially related to the reproductive organs. And so stress is one of the biggest factors which cause loss of calcium from the body. And beauty pearl has a cooling effect on stress. That's based on the ancient Chinese philosophy of regeneration. And what some people have found, that the beauty pearl helps them get rid of the feelings of being overwhelmed, by projects or situations so they could deal with them more effectively and with patience. And patience, just even that word, that's what my son noticed, that I had more patience. Instead of flames coming out of my head, I was able to just talk to him instead of shouting at him. So it really calms me down. And the beautiful thing is you can never overdo it. Like I said, I had 3 right away on Tuesday, 3 Beauty Pearl, and it just, within 10 minutes, I felt more relaxed and more able to handle the news that my sons were in an earthquake. And it could have been a lot more catastrophic. They were waiting for a tsunami. Well, they were told that there would be a tsunami, and but 2 hours later, that alert was canceled. But it was a stressful time for me and them. Obviously, they didn't have Beauty Pearl and ESE, but I did. So so Beauty Pearl nourishes the skin, the nervous system, the reproductive system, and even our bones. So very, very powerful product. And then I wanted to talk about the ESE. So this is another favorite product of mine, and I don't have it every day, but like before this seminar, I had 2 of these because it helps relax me and makes it easier for me to do a webinar. And the benefits are that it helps you relax, you feel calm, and also sleep better. And so that's the same with the Night Calli and with the Beauty Pearl, that people find that they have better sleep. So, but if you take any of these in the day, it just relaxes you. It gives you a calm energy. It doesn't put you to sleep, but it does help if you do take them before you go to bed. And one of the ingredients in the ESE is the valerian root. And I studied to be a naturopath. In 1980, I got my naturopath certification. So valerian root was one of the things that I remember studying from that time. And there's a long history in Europe for valerian root as a mild sedative to relieve nervous system tension and as a sleep aid for insomnia. So that's what I wanted to point out, that the formulas are put together magically by Dr. Tei-Fu Chen, and it's the combination of herbs that he has put in each one of these formulas that really, really makes a difference. And this, I would say, has an emphasis on the nervous system, and the Beauty Pearl, there's an emphasis on the hormonal system. And it can be both of those that are out of balance for us, or one or the other. So it's good to experiment. And in my case, I need both. So do you have anything else to add, Gail? We'll open it up for questions. I also want to show a chart on stress in a minute, but if you have anything else of your experience with ESE or Beauty Pearl, Gail, please let me know.
Well, I'll be here all evening.
Oh,
A lot of experience with other people and myself taking it. So yeah, they're phenomenal products. They all work together, but also they work alone too. So, if people want to take one or the other or all of them, like you say, you can't OD on them. You just eat it. The body knows what to do with it. And sometimes I call Calli Liquid ESE, Calli Night Liquid ESE.
Perfect. Do you, so obviously you would have ESE at home. Is there any specific time that you use an ESE, or you just
no
have it on a?
Yeah, I have my regulars that I take the NBC with, the Beauty Pearl, and but I'm pretty eased. Maybe I'm eased out too much.
You are very eased out. and the NBC helps with that. Nourish, balance, cleanse.
Oh yeah, you feel the foods in the body, and like I'm not like I'm not now what I am, but I was like, even in my 20s, I feel better now than I've ever felt in my life. You know, I always knew there was something not quite right, you know, being tired and sluggish and not being fully alert, you know, not
Wow.
really enjoying life. And then when I started Sunrider, it was like a fog lifted over my eyes. And I go, oh, this is what it's supposed to feel like. So yeah, I'm grateful to have Sunrider in my life. And I just want to share with other people what I have.
That is so wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Gail. You are a good example. Okay, so now I'm going to share my screen and just briefly show a diagram that I recently had created for me. The effects of chronic stress on the body. Can everyone see that? You can see that, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So these are just some of them, like unbelievable what stress can do to us. At the bottom here, it says suppress your immunity.
Oh, yeah.
That is a big one. Even if you're eating all the right foods, and that's why we need the extra herbal, you know, support that we can find with Sunrider, and digestive problems and diabetes. So it affects every part of your body. Even as we know, skin rashes, acne, eczema can all be from stress. And you've got like even panic attacks, joint pain, muscle tension, anxiety, restlessness, headaches, loss of motivation, just like you were saying before, how you felt, forgetfulness, scattered brain, loss of focus, overwhelm, irritability or anger, mood swings, sadness or depression, insomnia. So I can relate to so much of that from years ago, even though I was doing my very best to eat healthy and avoid a lot of, you know, unhealthy things. But if you're stressed, then everything just stops in your body. So so this is why we are on a mission to help people to be able to use just simple products. Like these are so easy to take, and it's something you can incorporate into your daily life.
Stress tears down the body.
Stress tears down the body.
Mm-hmm.
And Connie's saying, could you please send Gail a copy of that chart? Yeah, I would love to. I will do that, because I think it's really helpful for us to see. Thank you for that question. And I'll open it up now. You can unmute yourself if you like. If anyone here has something to contribute. I know that some of you are longtime Sunriders and may even have a story to tell.
Diana?
Yes, who's this?
This is Carolyn.
Oh, hi.
Hi. I have a Beauty Pearl story.
Oh, I would love to hear it.
Beauty Pearl, as you were saying, works with the reproductive system. And when I started Sunrider, long time ago, 1990, I had 25, a little more than 25 years of stressful periods with my monthly cycle. I had severe pain on the first day of my cycle, and I always had to treat the pain with something, starting from the very beginning of my menstruation and in my teens. And I started with the NBC. I was doing it in the way we all did it in those days. It was sold in a sun pack, and it was a beautiful program. We did it 3 times a day, and many things improved for me. I lost a lot of bloat in my body that I didn't even realize I had, and I had more energy, and I was smoother in my moods, even on the basic NBC. However, it didn't touch my menstrual cycle pain, and I didn't even worry about it. I didn't expect it to. But then somebody said, "Oh, you have cramps and you have pain. You should try the Beauty Pearl." And so I started with 1 Beauty Pearl a day. And from my very first time that I took it, from then on, I never had any cramps with my period. It was like magic. And the other thing, though, that happened was my body had a ton of balancing it did. For about 6 months, even though it was pain-free, I released big clots of blood. I released wateriness, all kinds of discharge with my period came. And at one point, my period jumped 2 weeks. And it had always been very regular, predictable. It jumped 2 weeks, and it was now regular and predictable at that new place. So for 6 months, my body sorted things out, did all kinds of balancing, still without pain, and then it was just invisible again. I was just smooth, and I didn't have any trouble with my periods. So that was a very fascinating thing as a young Sunrider, to see my body do all that rebalancing and cleansing and clearing.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing, Carolyn. And
I'm going to say one more thing that I just thought of. You're welcome, dear. I'm so glad you're having this call. The other thing that I learned through that was that my sponsor, Mary Jo, said, well, what cramps are is that our uterus is supposed to gently release the whole lining in the uterus that was prepared to nourish us, what do we call it? A new, I can't think of the name, of a new child. And if we aren't pregnant, then it's just supposed to smoothly release and flow out as our period. However, if our endocrine system is imbalanced, the uterus is having to twist and push itself to make the lining release. And I thought that was so amazing to think of, because that's what cramps are. They're that contortion that the uterus is having to do to create the momentum to release the lining that the body, when it's balanced, can do smoothly on its own without that. And that totally matched as a description of what I was experiencing. So I've always believed that's probably what the explanation was.
Well, that's a fabulous and very, very powerful story, Carolyn, because I hadn't heard one that powerful before about the Beauty Pearls. So, and good for you for sticking with it and having the support from, from Mary Jo, because that's what's needed with Sunrider, or with, because we're on a health journey, and depending on how much toxins in our body and how each one of our organs are struggling, some of the correction can take time, and it's really good when we know what's happening in our body. So, and then we keep going.
And that balancing then helped explain why I would have those big clots.
Yeah, exactly.
That was leftover that had never been able to be cleared.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thanks, Carolyn. It's good to hear.
You're welcome.
And have you on our call. I'm so glad you joined us. That's great. Anybody else?
It's our privilege as Sunriders, isn't it, to be able to share when we can.
It is. It's wonderful. It truly is. Yes.
Diana?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I have it on the right mute now. Unmute. This is Connie. When my daughter was just 12 years old, her hormones started to act up, and she went back and forth between Jekyll and Hyde, and she was very aggressive, nothing like the child that I knew. I says, oh, that's it, you're going on Beauty Pearl. So I put her on Beauty Pearl, and never again, it balanced all of her hormones. She's never had to take it since. It was just kind of like a one-stop shop thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
How old was she then, Connie?
12.
12.
And it also works for people that have cranky mothers, fathers, husbands. It just makes them feel better.
Thank you.
Mood
Yeah,
diffusers.
Connie, I'm really glad you brought that point up because Te Fu Chen called them macho marvels when men used them.
Yeah.
So that's a really good point that everyone could use them.
Connie, this is Carolyn. And what did you mean? That she didn't have to keep taking the beauty pill?
No, at the time I only give her one box, and her mood changed around, and I don't know, it could take more, but with her it just worked at one. But this year I give her some for Christmas in her stocking, so she's got beautiful skin to start with. So I mean, I think it's a good thing for her, for anybody to take it.
I can echo. Okay, I can echo that story. Although I never would have thought of it doing it for 1 month, and then having the new shift hold. But I have recommended it to several families, parents, when their adolescent is completely lost their usual personality, and the beauty pearl has always brought them back. I've had people start. One time when it was so dramatic, I recommended 2 a day for the first box and then do 1 a day, and that was a dramatic help for them. But we can always intuit and just do our best to start with 1 or 2 or even 3 or whatever, because you're already saying it so well. We can't do too many, but it really is important for families with adolescents to know this product.
We always have to remember that regeneration, they say, I've always heard for over 25 years, regeneration at least 3 months, 90 days, right?
Right. That's an excellent point.
Yes.
And today we're talking about stress, but the Nourish Balance Cleanse, the New Plus, the Quinary and the Calli and the Fortune Delight are all going to help with stress. Some people don't even need to add in the ESE or the Night Calli or the Beauty Pearl. So just like many of you on the call are saying that you got your start with NBC, and that's what made a difference in your life. So so this is great. Okay, so we've gone 30 minutes, so I think we're gonna have to say goodbye now. And but I love how many people have participated, and I appreciate it. And I appreciate Gail for co-hosting. Gail, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're awesome. And thanks each person that was on here, and happy Sunridering, and stay healthy, and we'll see you on the next call.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.